this is my conversion. I'm gonna just kind of put this in for the 40K Nation conversion contest. I can't win, obviously, because I'm judging, but I'm gonna put it in there as video response anyway, just kind of get it out there. And feel free, guys, to go ahead and convert something for this. Take some pictures along the way, like I've got before this this part here, or actually maybe after this part. Be sure to enter, though, guys. Seriously, just pick something, convert it, watch the video to find out all the rules, and just post it as a video response. And I mean, $35 box set for the winner ends this Sunday. So I think it's the 4th. But yeah, this is my Tomb Kinds, my Thousand Suns Obliterator. Hopefully going to have at least 3 of these at some point, but right now I've just got the one made from the main piece here is Ushabti for the Tomb Kings. So you can kind of see the general thing I'm going for is this weapon here is kind of got a las cannon right here that I actually made. It's a headpiece for one of the tanks there, where I drilled a hole through and put a rod in, and that's a stock of a multi-laser, and then I've kind of twisted the green stuff around it, like it's kind of like morphing and twisting out of the rod, and that's like the main gun that's firing right now is that las cannon. But then I have like this this flamer in here and this plasma gun that are kind of getting pulled back into it. So I kind of imagine like these claws just kind of warping out of this shifting mass, and like these claws come out and grab these weapons and drag them back into the warp, kind of, and while the main ones, kind of being pushed out. So that's kind of what I had in mind there. There's a lot of subtle details in here too. His eyes were basically empty for the Ushabti, so I filled in the left one, and I added an eye to the right one, just to kind of match Magnus, the red there, the Primarch of the Thousand Suns. He has no left eye, so I thought that was just a nice minor detail to put in. This arm here is actually an orc arm. I shaved off some of the parts from, turned the hand sideways, drilled a hole in it. This is a toothpick. And then I've got this part here from a Devastator. I think this might be the Devastator part for a plasma cannon. I cut off one piece of it, so it's just got this one that the rod goes through. The main part of the rod was initially, like the part that's all in here you can't see, was part of Tomb Kings standard. So I've got that here. That connects through this back cable into, I've got a little dial up there, little gauge from the side of a Vox caster from Imperial Guard. I've got a flamer tank from Imperial Guard as well. I cut one of the 2 tanks off and shaved off the skulls and connected it to that hose there. I'm going to paint this like a glass tube, basically, like a glass canister with like half or 3/4 full of liquid. And then I've got this cape kind of flowing over it. I'm not sure if I'm really happy with the cape or not, so I might work on that some more. The blade here is from the Ushabti. I cut it in half. It was a double-sided blade, and I cut the handle out, drilled a hole in it, all that fun stuff. It's a Space Marine bolter hand. I just had to cut up and green stuff a little bit. And I'm not exactly sure what these talons are from. I think it might be from a Trigon kit. I think that's most of the bits I did use. I also sculpted on some little scarabs right there, and right over here. I'm a little bit more happy with that one though, just to kind of represent, whatever's holding his cloak on there. It's been ripped up throughout the ages. The general theme for this that I tried to go for, if you guys have read the Thousand Suns novel, I kind of imagined that this is one of the monstrosities that started flesh changing, and they talk in the book for a while about all these instruments and devices and vials and bubbling liquids and everything that are hooked up to this one human. I think she was a remembrancer that was going with the Thousand Suns, and it basically cuts him off from the etheric energies. And they found out that they can stop flesh change that way, but they can't use any powers. So, but at one part of the book, which I would totally read if you guys haven't yet, it's amazing. At one part of it, they start turning it back off and letting the energy just flow into her, and she starts mutating and spouting out prophecies, and until she eventually, burns to death. So I kind of imagine that this guy was the guy that was flesh changing. They stopped it by hooking him up to all that stuff, and so that's kind of like this here. I'm going to paint this like a little glass vial here too. So these kind of things are all part of that system that keeps him from totally just transforming and dying. And this is the other part of it. So these tubes and the drums and everything are all part of this little gauge, part of the system that keeps him, from changing the rest of the way, and also regulates, like he can turn it, is kind of automatically controlled to allow some etheric energy to flow through him to mutate the staff into different weapons and everything. So he's probably constantly getting slightly more mutated throughout battle, but he's not just instantly flesh changing into some dead monstrosity. So that's really how I wanted the fluff for my Obliterators to go, because the standard just mutating Obliterator doesn't really make sense for 1,000 Suns, and I didn't want to just have like some mechanical thing with a bunch of different guns built into it. So there we go. That is my Tomb Kings. I said it twice now. It's my 1,000th Sun Obliterator. Hope you guys like it. I'm going to do a slideshow here of the pictures of the in progress kind of a thing. And then I'm going to spray paint it really quick and show you guys what it looks like primered. And please feel free to leave some comments and that, because I am going to be making more of these, and any sort of helpful things will be really, really useful. Thanks. Alright, so here he is all primered up. Once I get a little bit better too, I think I might do a quick video just on how to sculpt scarabs. I put this on there, well, one, because he's 1,000 Suns, and two, because I basically decided he was part of the Scarab Occult, if you've read the 1,000 Sun books again. And I just want to say thanks to 40K Nation for doing this contest, and thanks to Worthy Painting for sponsoring it. So I'm really excited, guys. Make sure you guys get your conversions up there before the end of this Sunday.